So Ashley sitting over here, I'm talking about defense attorney. Annalise kidding herself. I'm talking about Olivia Pope. Even the Lord, okay? Even the Lord don't defend me the way this baby has been defending Tyler. Hello, welcome back to Bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and it is still Wednesday. I feel like this has been the longest Wednesday there ever was, right? This is the same Wednesday when we just found out that our good sister now win the election. And I do also have to plug in here, right here. I mentally prepared for her not to win, but I also can't negate the fact that I'm just kind of like, dang, she really didn't win. You know, so it did something with me where I'm like, okay, you gotta get your stuff together. You gotta get your life together. Whatever you need to do, you gotta make sure that you have yourself together. You have to make sure that you have everything that you need to have together. Okay, you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your goals. You need to focus on what you're doing, right? So I'm recording again. It is literally 3:24 right now. I'm recording because I spent a lot of time just like scrolling my TikTok, right? And tell me why, okay? Tell me why our good sis, Ashley, okay? Ashley from Love is Blind. Our good sis, the mother of many nations herself. Tell me why our good sis is still going on a whole explanation train trying to explain Tyler's behavior to us. And I'm just kind of like, man, please introduce your lips to each other. Please introduce your lips to each other for a little while. I just need for you to just please. You know, it is necessary that you do so. It is necessary that you do so. Because at this point, it's really not giving what you think it's giving. Right? So I came across this interview that she did with this little podcast. Let me see what they're called. Something about, are you still watching Netflix? But this is what Ashley, her egg was nowhere involved in the making of said kids. Okay? We have Tyler, okay? Tyler out here competing with Abraham to be the father of many nations. We had Tyler himself, okay? Him and his sperm and all of his swimmers that he done donated and then regularly crossed the canal and deposited in said canal. We are yet to hear from Abraham Tyler, the father of many nations himself. Why are you on this apology or explanation train? Ashley. Why are we hearing from you right now? Why are we hearing from you as much as we're hearing from you right now? Why? Let's go ahead and get into this little video. So I'm just going to play it and I'll obviously leave it right here so you guys can follow along.
Joining me, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, just been enjoying the process of having my life on Front Street for the entire world to judge. That's always fun. It's like I signed up for a reality show or something.
Tell me a little bit about when you first met Tyler. Like, what was the first conversation?
Yeah. So by the time I got into the pods with Tyler, he was like my fifth date. So I'd been around town, apparently. And I was his first. So he came in and he was super nervous. And I was like, why are you nervous? He was like, I don't know. So his voice was cracking.
His voice was cracking because he was holding on to the lies. Okay? You know what happens to lies? It's going to clog your throat. Ain't no Vaseline going to be able to help you. When you are lying and you're denying your kids, the lies going to get trapped in your throat right here. You're going to start cracking. The lies gonna choke you. We thought he was choking her because he was being emotional. No. No. It was the lies right here. That's why he was choking up, sis. Please.
And I just like pictured this kind of like little frail boy over there. And so I just kind of was trying to tell him to be himself. So from day one, we both like had each other as, number one. And it was mainly just because we had a very raw conversation and very
raw. You people, you had a raw conversation. Abraham Tyler, the father of many nations himself, he would know a thing or two of rawness. My sister, Ashley.
When you were in Mexico, we start seeing, I think, like Alex and Tim are the first sort of crack in the couples. When that happened, did you feel any anxiety that like, oh, it might not be a happy ending for everybody?
I did some self-work for a year.
What did you work on? Ashley, what did you work on for the year? Because we need to be able to go ahead and figure out who was helping you. Who was helping you, Ashley? Ashley, what kind of work did you do for a year that's going to land you in this predicament? That you are on a podcast defending, okay? Defending Tyler Abraham, the father of many nations himself. What kind of work did you do? What kind of work? Who your therapist? Who your therapist?
And I have a way, because of how things have gone in past relationships, of waiting for bombs to drop. Yay. Just like feeling like, oh, this is too good to be true.
So in past relationships, you were used to almost like waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? Like waiting for the ball to drop. I empathize with that. I really empathize with that. So if you spent a year spotting these red flags, why are you on my screen right now defending literally the biggest red flag I've ever seen in Netflix history?
Like, what is wrong? And not looking for it to happen, but not being surprised if it were to, because it's life, and life be lifing if it does nothing.
Amen.
So when I seen Alex and Tim kind of having their disconnect when we all had our meetup, I seen two different sides of both of them. She seemed like a shell of herself. He seemed very, very toned down and kind of serious. So I didn't really know, because we don't see them that often, what happened there. But it was obvious for all of us
that things were going awry.
Yeah, something was happening there. Yeah.
Out of all the couples who sort of broke up along the way, who were you most surprised to hear about?
Marissa and Ramses. Hands down, without a thought. I am not a gambling woman by any means. I don't even like to use $5.
I understand that the host has to be mindful as to not just go at her, right? Like, these are the things that's happening. These are the things that I understand that. But also, no. The only person that will know about Tim and Alex is Tim and Alex. The only person that will know about Marissa and Ramses Trader Joe's himself is Marissa and Ramses Trader Joe's himself with his tongue. Okay? It's going to be him, Marissa, and the Trader Joe snacks, including the tongue that he was wearing. Okay? Why are we asking her all these questions? I understand the pleasantries. How are you doing? How did you and Tyler meet? Cool. But why are you asking her all these? Because she was clearly absent in her own relationship. Her eyes was closed. I'm talking about Bartimaeus. Okay? I have seen Stevie Wonder with more vision than this baby right here. Okay? So she was busy getting her Stevie Wonder on in her own relationship. How then she supposed to know what Marissa and Trader Joe's and his tongue were doing? Sir, please, The reunion already wasted our times. Please do not waste ours. And then got the nerve to be like, we got the receipts. Y'all ain't had no receipts. Y'all cannot even spell receipts if your life was on the line.
I am not a gambling woman by any means. I don't even like to use $5 because why? Because if I don't get it back, I'm going to be pissed.
You are not a gambling woman, but you were willing to gamble on your own self, on your own life, and the lives of those kids. Because all throughout the interview, or all throughout even her comments, and all the TikTok videos that Sis has been making, at no point is she acknowledging those kids as Tyler's kids. So you don't gamble, but somehow you're trying to gamble and play in our faces? Ma'am, again, I get it. You have to exchange pleasantries. But I said this even for my reunion review. We are getting a lot of insight. We are getting a lot of information when it comes to even cast from the past. You have Ashley, okay? The mother of many nations that she done abandoned. She's here to talk about herself and Abraham Tyler, the father of many nations. That's all we're supposed to talk about. Right? Because even in the reunion, they did not ask them nothing. They did not address the other two kids who are apparently twins. They don't address them. Because while we're busy spending time hula hooping and gyrating and backflipping, asking AD what she got going on. I don't give a damn about AD. Right now, I don't give a damn about Marisa and Trader Joe's. Ask her the real questions.
Idealist relationship of an in-law.
Yeah.
So, how'd that all go down?
Yeah, so I promised my mom was there by choice because people also were in an uproar because I was like, if my mom doesn't agree, she better come down and sit down and shut up. But it's like, what I meant by that is, like, I'm an adult, and while my mom's opinion is the only one that matters in my life for the most part, like, I still, when I feel strongly, I gotta go with it, right? But she loved Tyler from the moment she met him. He also looks like my mom's side of the family. They're all like light black people. And so she was just like, oh, you look like you're related to us. And so they met, and you know, she cheered up when she just kind of seen us together. I think that's people's natural reactions when they see us. Even my father, who is a Nigerian man who never cries ever.
So the daddy is Nigerian. The daddy is Nigerian. What part of Nigeria is he from? Is he Yoruba? Is he Hausa? Is he Igbo? Like, what part of Nigeria is the daddy from? I'm really curious. Because like I said, that daddy needs to go ahead and go down, what is that show? They did like a bachelor's for like grown people, for like the elderly. I'm saying elderly like in a bad way, but now I really mean it like for people who are like 60 and up or something. They did a show like that. Netflix needs to go ahead and get your daddy over there. They need to do a Love is Blind for people who are much older. Your daddy will do well. Okay? And now that I know he's Nigerian, oh baby, that's gonna be some mess. Alright? That's gonna be some mess. But I'm interested in that.
Once in my life, and that was the second time. And he just kept saying, it's something between you two, and I can't put my finger on it. It just felt pure. And
it was the purity of the children. The thing that was between you was the spirits and the purity of them babies that he done abandoned. That's what your daddy was saying.
Real. And his mom, who is a Serbian white woman, is like, he's like, don't expect any emotion from my mom. He's like, she is like a G. Like, she does not cry or anything, but she was smiling from ear to ear. When she met me, I brought her flowers. And we just kind of talked, and she was like, why now? Like,
I don't think I said this even in my reunion review. But one thing that I thought about was, so everybody there knew. So all of Tyler's friends, when they were there crying, like, we never seen him like this. We had never seen him so excited. So you mean to tell me when his kids was born, y'all did not see no excitement in his eye? Because he came on this experiment blindly. right? Crying on my screen, writing prayers for food. God bless this food, sanctify it, let it provide for those who did not see nothing to eat. That baby wrote that in the journal. All y'all knew. So all y'all knew. The friends knew. The mama knew. Everybody knew. Because according to Ashley, she herself knew. And so you knew your child was literally intentionally abandoning his kids. You were okay with that. Now, I'm not going to talk about the parents because they were never on this show. I'm not going to talk about the friends because, again, it wasn't their stories to tell. It wasn't the stories to tell to the public. It wasn't the stories at all. But all y'all saw this man be willing to abandon his children. Y'all saw the woman he picked also willing to help him abandon his children. And all of y'all were on my screen smiling from ear to ear, talking about how you people have never seen him that happy. Even when his babies was being born, Tyler Abraham, the father of many nations, he was not happy. You people, you just came to lie. And so Ashley is sitting over here. I'm talking about defense attorney. Annalise kidding herself. I'm talking about Olivia Pope. Okay? Even the law don't defend me the way this baby has been defending Tyler. Even the Lord, and the Lord be my defender. Okay? Every time I lay down, that baby be defending me. But even the Lord, sweet black Jesus himself, do not defend me. The way Ashley, the mother of many nations, okay, is out here defending Abraham Tyler, the father of many nations himself. Ashley.
It's making you guys feel like you are for each other. And I was just explaining to her how her son makes me feel. And so I was expecting some sort of controversy between our parents, but I actually had a really good outcome when it came to our parents meeting each other. And for my dad, like we had just started building our relationship, within the last 5 years.
Ashley. So your own daddy wasn't around for your upbringing. You are in your 30s. In the last 5 years, you started building a relationship with your father. Tyler's kids are still kids. You have no problem with him having a relationship with his kids right now? Those kids that he fathered, that he stepped up for as a father? Ashley. Hey! Ashley.
We weren't always that close. So to see him even say, like, if Ashley's happy, I'm happy. And like, I trust her gut, which most of my family does. I'm not someone who does anything lightly. I don't even choose my dinner lightly. I think that gave them a little more reassurance just to kind of see me and see how happy I was. So yeah, I think that Tyler also presented himself well, and he was respectful but also truthful, with my mom and my father. And I think, that just made it a really good experience.
Yeah, I will say, I think you guys have such great chemistry. Even seeing you like at the reunion, walking into the reunion, like also your dress was tens across the board. Obsessed.
Thank you.
Going into the reunion, were you feeling anxious about anything?
Yes. It's so funny. When I was choosing my dress, like months ago, I had it since June. I was like, do I want to be cute and wear pink, or do I want to come as a badass for revenge? And I'm like,
revenge on who? Revenge on who? Ashley, revenge on who? And ain't no way the light is on. I know nobody is home, but there is no way the lights are even on. This one never took your light, I promise you. Bakati okuha na mutu owe kurenzate. The electricity is not there. Eh? Is it UI? Is it UI that be giving people electricity? In your own head, it's not connected. I know nobody's home, but ain't no way the lights are on. To come for revenge. To revenge who? Who are you trying to revenge? This is the time. This is the time to go ahead and shut it up. I'm talking about stand still. Okay? Stand still. Okay? It is time to introduce your lips. It is time to not only introduce your lips to each other, but once you've introduced them, please take them on a vacation. Okay? Take a vow of silence. Please. You guys to be mindful with it. You know? Because who are you revenging? Is what I'm not understanding.
Badass for revenge, because I already was anticipating some sort of something I would have to, come in with a hammer on. So for me, I was a little anxious, but I more so was excited to have that moment and that platform to finally speak, because I feel like I've been sitting on my hands. And so while I was anxious, I also wanted to make sure I kept my eye on the goal, which was making sure I spoke on the things that I came to speak on.
Yeah.
Ashley. So let me get this straight. The first child, the son, was a sperm donation that he agreed to donate. When the best friend, when the close best friend, because the thing is, when somebody is my best friend, I'm talking about we're doing life together. Okay? That means you are a safe space for me. I trust you with my life. So Tyler and this girl were best friends. Okay? Thus says the Lord told him to go ahead and give his sperm. Kudos. Now you've given the sperm. Your best friend. Things do not work out in her marriage. Because she's your best friend. You decide, I'm finna go ahead and step up and become the father of said kids. Your best friend is happy because now I have my best friend here with me who's going to take on an active father role of my kids, and now by this means our kids. Because with the ex-girlfriend removed, it's already your sperm that created this boy, this beautiful boy. Now you take on the father role, okay? You take on the father active role into this child's life to help your best friend who trusts you as her safe space, who trusts you as somebody that is a stand-up guy in her life, and now the life of her child, your children together. You not only do that, you proceed to go ahead and cross your best friend's canal. Get 2 more kids out of her. That wasn't thus says the Lord. Because even in the reunion, according to Ashley, I wanted to come and hammer, and I wanted to come and hammer, and I wanted to come and revenge. Y'all address nothing. Okay? Y'all address nothing. So now he gets her pregnant, and now the total, you got 3 kids. Christmas comes. Here comes for that Christmas. With all the kids wearing father, daddy, with the kids and all the stuff. All of this is happening. He's doing this to his best friend. Then actually this man, not only did he abandon his kids, which is already terrible, he abandoned somebody that was his best friend. Once upon a time, they were this close, and he left her. Madam Intelligent, okay? Since you are so intelligent, AI, okay? Artificial intelligence herself, Ashley. The A in your name stands for artificial, okay? You accepted a man who was willing to not only abandon his own kids, you accepted a man who abandoned somebody that he once upon a time was so close to that he was willing to give his sperm, step up into the role of a fatherhood, and then impregnate her again so they can have 3 kids in total. Once upon a time, he was committed to the best friend. And guess what he did to her? Dropped her. So let's calculate with your intelligence, Madam AI. Because I'm not questioning your intelligence, but let's put your intelligence to test. If he did that to his best friend and his kids, Tyler is such a good guy. He did this to his best friend and to his kids. How much more do you think he gonna do to you when the next hot thing comes around? Solve for the intelligence. Please. He abandoned the best friend. Once upon a time, they were best friends. So much so that he was willing to give his sperm, take on the role of fatherhood, and then impregnate her so they can have 3 kids all together. At that point, they're a family. He abandoned a best friend. I don't take the word best friend lightly. The people that are my best friends, I will do anything for them. I'll make sure that they're okay. And in reverse, I'll do the same. I will not abandon my best friend. So you abandon your best friend in that role. Okay? So if he's going to abandon his best friend and his own children for you as the hot new thing that he done found on my screen blindly, how much more is he going to do to you when the next hard thing comes about? Ashley, please, this is a mathematical equation for you. Madam AI, artificial intelligence, please, come and explain to us. Ashley, hey!
And I know you speak on all the TikTok things about Tyler and...
TikTok things. No. Children. All of his Tyler's children. Let's get it together. These are not TikTok things. Okay? A TikTok thing is the makeup by Mario that they be advertising. A TikTok thing is the new... Have you been seeing the little new mouth tape? Everybody's selling mouth tape. That's a TikTok thing. Not TikTok. TikTok. Okay? That's a TikTok thing. Children, those are not TikTok things and TikTok videos. Okay? Let's get that together, Mr. Interviewer.
The fact that you don't know that he had a secret family, which I think you speak on very well at the reunion. But if you want to just clear up now that you weren't left in the dark and that you knew about this situation.
Yeah, so for me too, it's like the first week when everyone was on the Tyler and Ashley train, which we still do have a lot of people on our train. There are a lot of people who do know there are 2 sides to a story. There are a lot of people who do know that not everything is black and white, and especially when it comes to
this one actually is. It's very much black and white, but continue.
Donating your genetics to a friend or to a family member. But I did feel like this is something that I needed to disclose to kind of like shut it down. So yes, I knew. And he's like, you guys called me intelligent and like poised and all these things, but now I'm blind. I mean, love is blind, but I'm not blind.
Not that
like,
blind,
of course.
yeah.
Yeah, not that blind. Let's be clear.
Okay. I'd like to apologize. We shouldn't have called you blind, you know. We should have called you desperate instead. I think that would be the most fitting to plug in here. So my apologies on that. I'm talking about Desperate Housewife. Desperate Housewife of Potomac. Is it Potomac? Potomac. Desperate Housewives of Atlanta. Desperate Housewife of DC. That's what we should have said instead.
And he's like, you guys called me intelligent and like poised and all these things, but now I'm blind. I mean, love is blind, but I'm not blind.
Not that
like,
blind,
of course,
yeah.
not that.
And you're not blind, you're stupid. But let's carry on.
And let's be clear. And of course, I did a background on this man when I first met him. Like, you know, like right when I got my phone back in Arlington.
So you found out, did your background check, and you still chose him.
hit up my godbrother and we literally did a deep dive. That's what I do. My friends call me to investigate everything. I'm better than any fake ass TikTok journalist out there. Like, you can't tell me anything I don't know. Now, had I seen all of the pictures? No. Once I got a full view of what I needed to, and I spoke to his friends and spoke to his family, that's what I needed for my own personal reassurance.
Bow your head. Father God is above us now. Against my better judgment, I cannot locate her brain. You know what I'm saying? I already went to Yemen, but unfortunately, it's not there. You know, I'd go to Yugoslavia, but that's no longer a country. So I don't know where her brain is. At this point, it's above us. Please, you know what I'm saying? Send the angels, not even the angels of Africa, because you know they're busy, right? um, Angels from Guatemala will do right about now, Lord. You guys will be able to connect the dots. Ashley is mad at us. That's. I have never been gaslit more in my entire life. Ashley is mad at us because she did her deep dive. She knew all of this. She knew that this man had 3 kids. 1 by a sperm donation, 2 by natural conception. Knowing all this information, knowing that he hadn't seen his children that he agreed to father, you still proceeded to marry him. So not only am I questioning your emotional judgment, I'm just questioning where on earth did you get this marketing degree? Because from where I'm standing, I said this in my reunion review. If Ashley had not said a damn thing, if the cameras never got hold of them having that tired ass conversation on the couch, if we didn't have that, this would not look as bad as it is looking for you right now. If you still were going to move forward with the nonsense he told you, and you believed and agreed that that was okay for you, as you just introduce your lips to each other, I'm talking about a play date. You gonna play with you together. Had that happened, the ex-best friend and mother of Tyler's children does not come forth. She doesn't. You get to meet or not meet his children privately. Tyler gets to abandon his kids with you as the co-pilot, okay? The couple of many nations, the father and the mother of many nations together, Madame AI Intelligence and Abraham Tyler himself, the father of many nations. Y'all can go and abandon those kids in private. But you came and brought this to us. Hey! Ashley! You brought this to us and you are mad that we are calling you everything but a child of God right now. Ashley, bow your head. Locate the brain, Lord. Please. Please.
And from there, it was a come what may mindset of like, whatever comes after we're married, it's hand in hand. And I'm choosing you and I'm choosing all of you because we all come with shit, right? And
coming with shit is maybe coming with trust issues. You know what I'm saying? You may come with a low debt, student loan debt. You may come with daddy issues, right? You may come with communication issues that you have to tweak. Coming with 3 kids that you abandoned, that's not a low trash that we all come into relationships. And you cannot convince me that you, Madam AI Intelligence, like AI generated intelligence, you cannot convince me that in your mind, this is the best you could do for your life. Ashley, in all seriousness, please blink twice if you're okay. This is the way you've been talking and taking this burden, because you were not even there. Even when the sperm was donated, you were not there. When they had sex, you were not there. But somehow, I'm talking about Annalise Keating has never defended the way Ashley is defending Tyler Abraham, the father of many nations. You cannot tell me this is the best you think you could get out of your life.
I just think with Tyler, the misconception here is that it's been a character assassination. It's like, okay, if you don't agree, humans have a hard time digesting anything that's taboo or out of their norm, or understanding anything that doesn't look like the picture that they want it to look like, whether that's who you love or your religion or your looks. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I knew it would be hard for people to understand, but it's not for you to understand, it's for us to understand. And, Tyler only wanted to share what he thought was comfortable on camera to protect the family, and then the very thing we didn't want happened. And I mean, the kids' birth certificates out. It's just become a mess. Which is crazy. And it's like no one's thinking of the kids. Up a birth certificate.
No one is thinking, Ashley. Ashley, so we are just judging you wrongfully. I think I've said it all.
Yeah. That's so insane. Yeah. And so for me, it was sad also, because it's like, damn, we might as well have talked about everything on camera because we didn't avoid anything. So I just wanted to make it clear that yes, I knew. Yes, I'm intelligent. Of course, I did my due diligence. And it was something that Tyler and I didn't just have one conversation about. It was something that we talked about very often. It's just when filming, we have a very short time frame to decide what we're going to do. So I wanted to be sure we only talked for about an hour a day on this topic. And for the rest, we tried to enjoy each other, in the best way that we could. I'm not someone that likes to harp anymore. I have been healed and changed and have grown. So I just wanted to be sure that it didn't taint our love story. And so that's how I kind of feel now. It's like, okay, if you don't understand something, but that doesn't change the love between he and I, and it never will. And I think that Tyler is just someone who's just a genuinely good guy. He's a people pleaser. He is someone who, if he is exhausted and has nothing to pour into someone, he still will. He still will, and it's not a good thing, but it's just who he is. And so I just think he's a good guy who was in too deep, and didn't know what to do next. And that's why when I came to the reunion, I just felt like, let's shut this stuff down. And I know how it looks. I know you see the pictures, and I know you see the dad t-shirts, and I know, yeah, we're not lying about any of how it happened. It's just the shift in how he became from uncle to dad was a very blurred line, and it's something that he didn't set a boundary for, and it shouldn't have happened. Yeah. Just being too nice almost is the crime. Yeah, once she got divorced, he felt like, damn, I grew up in a single house, that I never wanted my offspring to be someone who did, went through what I went through. So he stepped up and getting bit in the ass now. And I think the reunion will clear things up. Also, I think having your mom at the reunion, if her mom says it's all good, that should be and she's protective over me.
I'm gonna stop playing this because it's gonna piss me off more than necessary. But basically, Tyler is a good guy who just went in over his head. He just went in too deep. We know he went too deep. He went so deep that he left some things down that woman's uterus. That's how deep he went. So you knew and you were okay with him abandoning his kids and not showing up for his kids that he, as a good guy, stepped up for. He wanted to ensure that the kids would not grow up without a father the way that he did. Okay, so you knew all that. Then you knew him stepping down. So that baby stepped up, stepped down, and you were okay with marrying him. Cool. At this point, shut it up. Because whatever you think it's doing, it's not. Shut up. Please shut up at this point. Go ahead and multiply with your husband. Okay? Stay together. If this is the best that you got, keep your best and leave us alone. Shut it up. Alright, you guys, that's it on me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you always know when I upload, and I'm gonna go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Bye, Z's.